Hello ladies and gentle cars, welcome back to our F125 My Team career. Last time in Australia went pretty well. We qualified P17 and a few grid penalties bumped us up to P14. In the race we were in some good point finishing positions, however a mixture of tire wear, unfamiliarity with the LiDAR track and the handling, and just me being bad at the game resulted in us dropping down to P11 just outside the points. But that's in the past. That no longer matters anymore. We have literally 0 days to do anything. We can do only one activity. We can't really do anything else. We don't have enough time or days to do anything. I do want to look at my talks with Fittipaldi real quick. Okay, very little. Okay. Alright, well I guess if there's nothing to do, let's just go to the Chinese Grand Prix. Last time we raced as Aron. This time I'm going to be racing as Franco Colapinto. This is sort of what I'm going to be doing now. If we were able to go with Enzo Fittipaldi and Franco Colapinto, I would be driving as Fittipaldi for the entire series, or the entire season. But because we can't, I'm just going to swap between the two and hope that they do well. So here we go as Franco Colapinto.
Hello and welcome to Free Practice 1 from Shanghai International Circuit here in China. It's an imposing grandstand structure, tarmac that presents all sorts of challenges in these cooler temperatures. Crucial data needs to be gathered and unique challenges will be presented throughout the session.
So something that worries me about this race is that China is not my strongest track. It's actually probably one of my worst tracks on the calendar. Probably next to Japan and Singapore. Coming out of the final corner, please be purple. Yes, it is. So in Australia, when I was doing qualifying pace, it kept on saying that I was qualifying like P20, P22, but the timing sheets kept saying I was like P1, P3, so I don't know which one to trust. I never know how to take that corner. Like, even with the racing line, it's like I always have such a bad exit. Somehow we are still in the green. And across the line, where do we qualify?
Okay, that's the test over, but I'm afraid we didn't get what we needed. We're going to have to run it again.
Oh, and I can't restart the practice program, so that's it. That's our only attempt at the practice program. Awesome. That's just perfect. But see, I got a result of 22nd. Yet I'm faster than Sainz and Hamilton by 2 seconds. It's whatever, though. It's whatever. Like, I don't know whether or not I should be believing this or not, because the race... Where is it? The qualifying pace... said I got estimated qualifying position of 22, yet... here I'm a 10th faster than Verstappen. So I don't know which one is real. Alright, 460 points from practice. And here we go for the first sprint qualifying of the season. I don't have very high expectations for qualifying here. It's probably one of my worst tracks. It's probably like my second worst track. Probably next to Singapore, probably. So I'm expecting to get dead last. Oh no, I took that way too deep. Way too deep. I probably really ruined our time. Final corner, I took it really tight. We go faster than our teammate. That's good, I guess. That's not really saying much, as he's probably the lowest rated driver. Yeah, I have a feeling that it's going to be a back row lockout between myself and our teammate. If only I didn't mess up on that corner, I would probably be a bit faster than Gasly. Alright, let's go out. Let's try and get one more lap in before qualifying ends. Or sprint qualifying 1 ends. Try and get out of the elimination zone. Leclerc is in 18th. We're 2/10 up, 3/10 up. That's good. Hopefully we can use signs for a tow. God knows we need it. Look at that time we gained from there. Jeez. We're up by 1 point, almost 2 seconds. We're up by almost 1.5 seconds, and we go up to P11. Hopefully that lets us go through to SQ2. I don't know, we'll see. P13 so far. Qualifying complete. We go through to SQ2. We make it through to SQ2. But our teammate brings up the rear in P22. Rest in peace, Paul Aron. Here we go, final corner. The last overtake. DRS. Across the line. Second slowest car, so we're not last. We're not last. Alright, we've only got enough time for one last lap. Just try to make it to SQ3, but that's probably not gonna happen. We're up by 6/10, jeez. Final corner, 8/10. DRS. I think that said P13? P13 it is. Huge surprise, Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen out in Q2. Bortoletto, Liam Lawson, both make it through. That is pretty crazy. Alright, with sprint qualifying done, let's go to the sprint.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. Shanghai International Circuit then is a 16-corner high-speed thrill ride. The long and ever-tightening right-hander at turns 1 and 2 tests the driver's patience. And the flats open to the elements location test their skill in a crosswind. 2 DRS zones will assist passing, and they're available into turn 1 and down the kilometre-long back straight into turn 14. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Tsunoda, George Russell, and Antonelli, Fernando Alonso, Lawson, Ocon, and Gabriel Bortoletto, Leclerc, Verstappen, Franco Colapinto, and Hülkenberg, Doohan, Stroll, Carlos Sainz, and Pierre Gasly, Behrman, Albon, Hadjar, and Paul Aron rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Well, Ant, we love this 11th team on the grid. They've certainly made an impact since they came into the sport. But without one person at the helm, I don't think we'd have seen what we've seen so far. Their team principal really is a character.
And you need these characters in Formula 1, Croft. You need them as a driver. You want to have full trust in the person leading your team forward, that your feelings inside the car and about the team are going to be relayed and understood in the right way, and positive changes made.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Mediums to the end. It's gonna be a bit rainy towards the middle. Don't have very many expectations. Seeing as Verstappen and Leclerc are ahead of us, I don't think we're going to be gaining a whole lot of positions. So this sprint's mainly just going to be about keeping it together towards the end. Alright, here we go. 5 red lights, and away they go almost immediately. Leclerc has a horrible start, so does Verstappen. I somehow have a collision with Leclerc even though I went around him. Horrible line, we're going 3 wide with Bortoleto and Verstappen. Still going through wide. Use some overtake. Come on. No, Verstappen's gonna take it. Oh, that's the back of Verstappen.
Okay, be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
I'm gonna have a look around Bortoleto. Nothing can be made there. So we made up 1 position on Leclerc. Oh goodness. Leclerc is chasing our slipstream. He's gonna have a look around our outside going into the hairpin. We're gonna stick it. Bortoletto's really slow. I don't know what it is. He might have wing damage from Verstappen.
Okay, DRS is now available.
We're gonna dive to his inside here. Oh yeah, I can see a bit of damage on his wing there. And hanging around the outside of Bortoleto. Jump on the power. Use some battery. Somebody locks up into this corner. And we make a move on Bortoleto up to P11. Sainz is fighting with Leclerc behind us. I need to stop looking behind me. I'm messing up my lines. A little bit of a snap from that curb. And somebody is falling back behind this. I think that's an Alpine. That's gonna be a mechanical failure. Is that not a mechanical failure? Are they still going? Oh, Jack Doohan. Oh, he has a puncture. Jack Doohan has a puncture. Alright, for the first time this race, we are going to be able to use some DRS. Hopefully get the run back on Bortoleto here. But I think that we're a bit too far back to make any moves happen. Here comes Sainz. Oh, don't hit the back of Bortoleto. Okay. Leclerc making a move on Sainz behind us. They go too wide out of the final corner. The old teammates battling it out behind us. And then once again, we're going to have DRS on Bortoleto. They just have such a fast exit speed out of that corner. I don't think we're ever going to be able to make a move on him. As here comes Leclerc again for the millionth time. Surprised the rain hasn't started falling yet. It said it would come around like lap 5 or so.
We're expecting it in around 5 minutes. 5 minutes until the rain. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Again, they just have such a fast exit out of that corner. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If I'm even doing anything wrong. Sainz is definitely going to be able to have a look around us. Leclerc has a look around the inside of Bortoleto. and the Ferrari driver sticks it up to P11. I think that's where he started the race, actually.
Be careful on those slicks. These conditions are making the line a bit greasy, but we're still nowhere near the changeover point.
Narc's talking about these conditions making the line greasy, but I don't see any rain. Maybe like a certain part of the track has rain that I haven't seen yet, but
Caution, caution.
there's a big pile up ahead. Is it Lando Norris? No, it's not Lando Norris. It's Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton spins and causes a massive pile up ahead. There's a massive pile up. I don't think that the race is going to get red flagged. Sainz hits the back of Ocon. Are we just able to scooch around the outside like that? Is that allowed?
Green flag, we're racing again, let's go.
Well, I didn't get a warning or a penalty from that, so I'm going to take it. We're up to P9. Bortoleto up to P8 in the points. We could maybe, if we can catch up to him, hopefully walk away with the points in the sprint here. That was an insane pileup. Oh my goodness. We really had to look around the inside of Bortoleto. I did not mean to do that. My brakes just did not work for some reason. But Lawson goes into the pits. We're gonna be in the points in the Chinese sprint. Was not expecting to be fighting for points here, but here we are. P8. I'm not gonna try and fight with Bortoleto. I'm just gonna try and keep it on the road. In goes Paul Aron into the pits. It must be raining.
Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
I don't see any raindrops on my screen. Oh, there we go. I just saw some there. I really outbraked myself there and passed Bortoleto up to P7. I didn't even mean to go for move there. Here comes Bortoleto on our outside. Doesn't go for the move. He chickens out of it. Verstappen is right on the back of him. Kind of making me scared of it. Two more drivers into the pits. That's Hamilton and Piastri going on to intermediates. On the very last lap, they pull into the pits. We're up to P5. Oh, please turn. These conditions are really tricky. I just need to keep it on the track. DRS is now disabled. I cannot turn at all.
DRS has been disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline. Wait for further updates.
Yep, I saw already. Alright, just keep it on the track. That's all we have to do. Don't crash. Don't get any penalties, and we should be able to walk away with a handful of points. Was not expecting that at all. Here we go. Down the straight we go. Bortoleto won't have DRS. He's both out of range and DRS is disabled, but coming out of the final corner, Lando Norris wins the Chinese sprint, and that's Yuki Tsunoda with a P2 finish. Oh my goodness, please turn, please. As George Russell P3, Leclerc P4, and somehow we come home with a P5 finish in the sprint. I will take that.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Alright, well that's the end of the sprint.
Wraps up the sprint race, but there's still more action yet to come this weekend. We've got qualifying and, of course, the Grand Prix.
So much stuff happened in the race. Paul Aron gets a P16 finish in the sprint. We get a P5 finish, bringing 4 points to the team. Ocon had a 10-second penalty. Lewis Hamilton DNF'd from the race. I didn't even see that. Alright, that is the sprint done. We walk away with 4 points from finishing P5. Let's hope to carry this momentum into the full race. Let's go to qualifying.
Welcome along to Shanghai, ladies and gentlemen, where it's Chinese Grand Prix weekend. But before we can race, we need to qualify. And who's going to take that coveted pole position? How will our grid line up? We're about to find out. Welcome to qualifying.
Alright, here we go into our first lap of the actual qualifying now. Hopefully we can get as lucky as we did in the sprint to get some more points, but I doubt that there will be another massive pileup, but it's possible. Here we come, final corner, blast overtake. Where do we get? We get P7, ahead of Gasly and our teammate Aron. Alright, here we go for our second lap, trying to improve. We're down to P20. Not a very good position. Worse than what we were at in the sprint. We're down to P21. And if we cannot improve, oh no, that is absolutely awful. There's no way we're making up 1.4 seconds on the straight. Which means we're gonna start the race in P21. It's a back row lockout between us and our teammate. That is horrible. Well, at least we got points in the sprint. Hopefully there's another massive pileup in the race. I'm not even going to finish lap. I'm just going to go into the pits. It's not worth it. For the second time this season, we are out in Q1. There we go, Max Verstappen takes P1 in Q1. And out in Q1 is our teammate Paul Aron, ourselves, Bortoletto, Lawson, Behrman, and Gasly. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go to the race.
The Chinese Grand Prix then is upon us once again. It's a race that saw Michael Schumacher claim his final Formula One victory in 2006, as well as Red Bull's first win with Sebastian Vettel in 2009. There's no doubt there's plenty more drama to come here in Shanghai. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles per hour with DRS assistance down the back straight, before the cars brake into the tight hairpin at turn 14. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, and Tsunoda, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, and Alex Albon, Hülkenberg, Antonelli, Lance Stroll, and Ocon, Doohan, Hadjar, Pierre Gasly, and Ollie Behrman, Lawson, Bortoletto, Colapinto, and Paul Aron rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'll give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
Try to put the starting position out of your mind and just focus on the race ahead. We can still do a good job here today.
Yeah, seeing us in P21 and P22 is not a good feeling. But like Mark just said, we have to put that behind us and focus on the sprint. Yeah, I think we can make a one-stop work. I don't know, we'll see how the race goes. Here we go. 5 red lights, and away we go. My clutch didn't release. My clutch did not release, and we're down to P22. Our teammate passes us. I have a little look around his inside here. Try and get that place back. But I don't want to fight with our teammate too much because we're going to lose time to the cars ahead. Bortoletto has a look around the inside of Lawson. Lawson defends. We're going to have a look around the inside of Bortoletto. We get a collision with him. I'm always getting collisions with Bortoletto off of these race starts. That start could have gone better. I forgot that on a controller you have to tap the clutch. You don't hold it and then release it. It's a really weird system. You know, in previous F1 games you would hold the clutch and then release it, but in F125 you just have to press it. And I forgot about that as we started the race, so didn't get that good of a start, but we did gain a position. Down the straight we'll go. We're going to have a little look around the inside of Lawson. Behrman makes a move around Hajar. Both Racing Bulls lose a position into that hairpin. Going to have a look around the inside of Hajar. And that is a second Racing Bull that we've overtaken this race. And here we go. This is the closest we've been to Behrman in a while on the straight. But he still has that DRS, so we're probably not going to be able to make a move on him just yet. So we almost clipped the back of him. Here we go, he had a slow exit out of that corner though. We're going to have a look around his inside around the final corner, and we're going to make up that position. Ocon pulls into the pit, so we're up 2. And here comes Behrman though, back at us with the DRS. He swerves a bit to the left, almost hits us. We're going to dive to his inside though. And we're going to keep that position on Behrman. Alright, well this is the closest that we've been on Jack Dune so far. One of the Ferraris pulls into the pits, one of the Red Bulls as well. I wonder if they're just pitting early or if they're going for a 2-stop. So does Hulkenberg. He also pulls into pits. It's Tsunoda and Leclerc. So we're gonna bump Jack Doohan's tire a bit. Let him know that we're passing. Through we go. Pass Doohan up to P13. Here we go, down the straight. Doohan has that DRS. He's just gonna go past us without any problem. I'm not gonna fight back with him. I'm going to stay behind him a bit. But he has a kind of a bad exit out of that corner. That doesn't really matter because I want to box this lap anyways. Box a bit early. Here we go. Now the pit window's open, but I did box a lap early. So does Bortoletto. And it's a good stop, but I have a bit of a bad release.
That was our last stop.
And we're out
Scheduled
behind
pit stops. Let's
Liam
go.
Lawson. The difference in tires between us and our teammate is crazy. We were just able to get a few tenths out of one corner, but we're gonna go on his inside here. Side by side with our teammate through these corners. We have the better tires, so we are most likely going to take it. And we do. Cut Aron a bit short there. I think that's Jack doing one of the Mercedes into the pits. Let's try and get past Doohan. And there we go, we're past Doohan. And we're past Antonelli as well. And some more cars coming to the pits. That's Hadjar, a Williams, and an Aston. It's the Aston of Stroll. Bortoletto goes around the outside of us, or inside of us, when he takes that place back. It's just a train of rookies right now. It's Bortoletto, Behrman, Colapinto, Antonelli, and Jack Doohan, and Isaac Hadjar. Isaac Hadjar. And yeah, I just have absolutely no speed on this circuit. And here comes Jack Doohan once again. He's gonna pass us with ease. Jack Doohan goes out to P17. He has a bad exit on that corner. Somebody dives into the pits ahead. That's Liam Lawson. I wonder if that's his first pit stop or if he's going for a 2-stop. Don't exactly remember. Tsunoda comes out ahead. Trying to hang it around the outside of Jack Doohan. Jack Doohan's gonna have another look around the outside of us here. Now we're gonna have a look around his outside through the corner. There we go, we're back up. Amazing fighting for this P15 position. I went a bit wide there. Jack Doohan's going to be able to get alongside us and pass us before the straight even starts. There that DRS flap goes. And try and get into a slipstream here. Make the dive back around his inside. We lock wheels and we're off the circuit. We get a collision with Jack Doohan. Oh, I've handed a 10-second penalty for a severe collision with Doohan. Yeah, I guess that would be my fault, wouldn't it? As Bortoletto jumps into the pits. Ah, that penalty is going to suck. Alright, through goes Hulkenberg. Through goes Doohan. Through Lawson might go. We bump Jack Doohan a bit. And we're not able to pull ahead of Hulkenberg at that exit. Here we go down the straight. Doohan passes us. Lawson passes us. Lawson having a look around Doohan as well. Gonna go to the outside of both of them. I think that they hit each other. I heard some tire scraping between the two. And we're gonna hang around the outside of them and keep the position. And now Lawson's going to be able to have another look around our outside here. And try and stick to the inside of him here. We bump wheels. Almost lost the back end there. We keep together and Lawson goes ahead on those soft tires. Now we're back down to P18. Alright, here Jack Doohan comes. I'm not going to fight with him. He's just so much faster than me. There's no point in it. And yeah, Bortoletto is 5.9 seconds back. And oh, there's a yellow flag. That's a Williams. Now, is that a mechanical failure or is that a puncture? That's a mechanical failure. They're gonna stop on the side of the track there. It's Carlos Sainz.
Information on Sainz. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car.
Behrman is really catching us, but coming out of the final corner, it's Charles Leclerc. He takes the win in China. Oh no, that's Lewis Hamilton, sorry. I thought that was Leclerc in front. In real life, he won the Chinese sprint, but here he wins the Chinese race. And that's the McLaren of Lando Norris and the Red Bull of Max Verstappen behind him. That finishes off the podium. But looking back to us, we're gonna have yet another horrible exit out of this corner like every other time. No matter how much battery I'm gonna use here, Behrman's gonna get the move done. And on the last lap, we lose just one more position and fall back down to P19. And I slam into the back of Behrman there. Outbroke myself a little bit. A little bit of wing damage, but nothing too serious. Checkered flag, go across the line, and we finish P20, just one position ahead
Pick up rubber and bring it home.
of where we started. That could have gone better, and we still get driver of the day somehow. Don't know how that works.
And Lewis Hamilton takes the checkered flag and once again wins.
Well, they showed true grit out there today, Crofty. A steely determination not to be outdone by the rough circumstances. Many points that came their way today. A job well done. Not the easiest of days, but they walk away with a race victory.
It's time for our podium celebrations. And as ever in Formula One, 3 is the magic number. It's a familiar sight in Formula One, and here it is once again. Lewis Hamilton with the trophy held high, celebrating a masterful victory. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Alright, that is the end of the Chinese Grand Prix. Lando Norris takes home 26 points, the most of any driver here. Lewis Hamilton comes P2 with 25 points. Then Max Verstappen with 17. Russell, Leclerc, Piastri, Tsunoda, Alonso, ourselves as Colapinto, Bortoleto, Albon, and Gasly finish off the points. We get P5 in the sprint with 4 points. However, in the race, we are all the way down to P20 with a 10-second penalty. That hurts a lot. Things could have gone better, definitely. But that is going to be the end of this video. If you've enjoyed, you should hit that like button, subscribe, or something, I don't know. And we will see you in Japan.